Well, hello everyone and welcome. I am so excited to be reading for everyone once again. We have Glenn in the back office doing all of his magic on this beautiful channel. And today we're going to be doing some readings for whoever is coming in. So please put in your comments, in the comments, where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, and also a question that you would like to have answered. We've been doing this. I guess this is our third week of every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and also on Wednesday evenings, 7 p.m. Mountain Time or 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We do two readings because a lot of my clients are also in Europe, in Australia, they're abroad, and the comments coming back were, Carrie, you got to do it at an hour where we can actually come in as well. So that's why 1 o'clock here on Tuesdays at Mountain Time. So that is 8 p.m. in Europe. And I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends from the UK and from Portugal, Italy, Spain, France, Norway, you name it. Lots of clients from all over. So let us begin. But actually, before we begin, in about an hour, hour and a half, we will be having a special guest come on. Now, she is a person that came into the chat in the comments, and she asked for a reading last week, and I gave her a quick reading. We did a healing more than a reading. We did a group healing and cleared a situation. And she phoned me last night and said, "Oh my God, Carrie, you won't believe what happened. Oh my God." And so I'm really excited to ask her to come on the show and share with us what she's experienced. She's been a longtime friend and client, and we've got some pretty wild stories to share. I mean, some really wild stories. So I don't think I can do, these stories justice. We need to hear them from her, from a third party. So that way, that I'm not just BSing you. And and I was actually looking, I don't know if you are like me. I'm a mom and my kids are all grown up now, but I still carry an elastic band around my wrist, sometimes two, because I had two little girls and I was forever looking for that elastic band. So it brought back a memory of it's still a habit. So I got a message from someone this morning that I was in Air Cadets with way back when. I was 13 years old. You don't want to know what year that was. And anyway, she was telling me, everything that I was sharing was very similar to what she's been going through. So, this has been a wonderful gift, not only for you, but for me as well, because it's brought old friends back to me, people that I haven't heard from in 50, 60, no, 50 some odd years. So anyways, and AK saying happy birthday. Well, it's another 5-6 days away yet. It's this coming Sunday. So, but thank you. That's really sweet of you. Gosh, you guys are on it. You know what's going on, right? Yeah. Okay, so let us begin. Glenn, where are you? Are you there? Oh, didn't I tell you he's such a smart ass? Guess what?
I was having a few snacks.
So did I.
We got some Canadian. Notice there's only one type
There's only
in here.
chocolate.
It's all chocolate.
Sour cream.
There
Sour
used
cream
to be
glaze.
two types in here. Welcome everyone. Yep. Good to see you on this Tuesday. Carrie, I do have to fact check you on one thing. The birthday wishes were from a previous comment where someone said it was their birthday, and though that person was wishing, but you know what? It is Carrie's birthday in a few days, so kind of served a double purpose.
Well, the spirit was telling me happy birthday. So happy birthday to whoever else is it their birthday today?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's part of the question. So we'll get to the question in just a little bit.
Awesome.
We only have a couple questions so far, so we'll allow a few more people to ask something before we get rolling. To start, though, Carrie, I do want to kind of remind people that we are on Facebook right now. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We do want to do most of our programming in the future on Twitch. So please, I see a lot of you have made your way over there, and we thank you so much for that. But if you haven't set up a Twitch account, it is free to do. Please do that. You get little fun emotes. You get it's almost like a carnival
It's
experience
yeah.
on Twitch. You get to do a lot of things you can't do on YouTube and Facebook. Plus, our Friday shows are strictly or mainly on Twitch because we do some current events. So please do that. We're trying to get to 10 subs. We do have 9 subs and 1 gift sub that was given. So I think we have one more subscriber that's going to get the founders badge. And
Yeah.
you're always going to have that badge that says first as one of the first 10 subscribers on our Twitch channel. So if you haven't done that yet, please consider doing that. It's an easy process. And if you do have Amazon Prime, Carrie, I do want to show this one more time because some people may have missed it. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can go to your Amazon account. And if you go up to the top corner there and you go to your manage profiles and you scroll down until you get to the page that has all these different links and boxes. And one of them at the bottom will say Twitch settings right here where my mouse is, Twitch settings. If you click on that, that's going to take you to Twitch, and you need to have an account set up here first. So set up your Twitch account, and then all you do is you connect your Amazon to your Twitch account. And when you do that, it's going to allow you to use your free Prime sub. So you log on to Twitch, and when you log on to Twitch, it'll give the option of using your free Prime sub. So please do that. It doesn't cost you anything if you're an Amazon Prime member already. So you might as well give that out, and we would love to have your Prime sub. And if you're not a Prime subscriber, it costs like $4.99 American a month to support us. And believe it does go a long way. Every sub keeps us going and allows us to enjoy a few finer things in life, like these moments here.
Yeah, yeah. I was coming back from Edmonton, so I phoned ahead and said, Tammy, Glenn, do you guys want something from Timmy's? And there we are. So I brought them back both a coffee and a big thing of tidbits. And I must admit, I ate most of them this morning. Breakfast of champions, yeah.
And
well, I did
also
have a banana. You got to add that. I did have a banana as well. So
yes,
some
yes.
healthiness.
There is some healthy components. And Carrie, I do want to shout out those that have subscribed since our last stream because, we like to shout you out and recognize you. So since our last stream, we had Mevis Straya. I hope I pronounced that correctly, using the Prime subscription. We also had Shelly VDV using the tier 1 subscription. So thank you, Shelly. And Rainbow Blessings, one of our favorite names on the channel there. Rainbow Blessings has given the Prime subscription too. So every little bit counts. And of course, we'll just do it once for all 3 of them. Get ready to dance. There you go. You are simply the best. Thank you to all of our followers, all of the viewers, all of the subscribers on Twitch. Carrie, they're simply the best.
Absolutely. I have cat hair on my face.
And before we get to our first question, we have to touch on this, Carrie, because it's still kind of fresh in the news. We talked about it yesterday. The G7 going on in Canada. We'll keep it very light because of YouTube and Facebook. But the G7 is going on, and there was a meeting between Canada's Prime Minister, Mark Carney, and Donald Trump. So we don't need to play any audio yet, but as someone who kind of understands body language and things like that, give us your interpretation of this meeting here.
Well, I don't think you have to be a psychic to understand what's going on here. And I have done a couple of shows. If you've watched in the past, I did a show on Carney and his relationship, and the, you know, if you can go back to that. I have to be cognitive because this is why I like Twitch, is that we can speak openly, and eventually we're all going to be coming to Twitch. We won't be on any other venues because we can speak openly there. So, in guarded speech, because my channel was taken down for 9 months, I would have to say, you know, you don't have to be a psychic to understand what's going on here. His posture, meaning Carney's posture, he's hunched over, stomach is tucked in. You know, he's constantly looking at Trump like, is that all right? Is that all right? He's looking for confirmation. He's looking for, you know, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. And at one point, Trump actually kind of pats him on the back and goes, it's all right, go ahead. You can do it. Yeah. You know, and Trump did nothing wrong here. He was cordial. He was, you know, very open and honest in the conversation. Carney had to exert his power right there. He's at the end and he's like saying, okay, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. Listen to me, you know, hello. And he literally is going, hello, listen to me. I'm the big cheese. And he has no power. It's embarrassing.
And they think they're going to use them to vote. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Here we go. Thank you. If you don't mind, just I'm going to exercise my role, if you will, as G7 chair, since we have a few more minutes with the president and his team, and then we actually have to start the meeting to address some of these big issues. So, alors, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Okay, so you go back there where he actually asked Trump permission. Do you mind if I speak? Do you mind if I address them? And Trump was like, yeah, go ahead. You know, is it all right that I do this? And as our prime minister, we need a stronger figure than this, and an honest figure. I was sitting there thinking Trump has a file on him that is probably miles long with the association with Ghislaine and everyone else. And he knows exactly who he's dealing with there. Oh, Lord, you know, I can hardly wait for all of this to just melt away and the ARRESTS begin. Right? Did I spell that right?
Yes, I think you did.
Yeah,
we thought we'd touch on that, or because you know it is big in the news, and I know, Carrie, we didn't do it last week. I don't know if you want to do it today or tomorrow, but at the end you were going to do kind of a global kind of healing, kind of a good wishes, because there are a lot of things going on in the world right now, and it is causing a lot of stress and anxiety for a lot of people. So if you want to do that at the end, we'll see how time goes, or we can save it.
Oh, no, we'll definitely do it. Whether we have time or not, we're going to make time because it's important. You know, so many people were watching the TV last night, and we're all putting that fear and that anxiety out there, and the tummies are rumbling, and that's what the things are feeding off of. See, makes me choke up. So we have to turn that around. I actually had to stand up, and 8 o'clock last night, I went to the bedroom. I was like, okay, see you guys. I'm out, you know, carry out. I'm gone, because I just didn't want to feed that stuff in my mind any longer. And instead, what we'll do today at the end of this is we're going to do a group visualization of peace, a prayer for peace. Okay? So stick around to the end.
All right. Well, Carrie, let's get things going. First one here from Nicole. Good to see you, Nicole. Happy to see you. Nicole's been a viewer ever since I've kind of joined Carrie here. So thank you, Nicole. Do you see me traveling in the future? Thank you. I am adventurous.
And yes, you are. And you are no fool. You know, the Fool card, this is my favorite deck, by the way. It's a Connolly deck, and it's really bright and beautiful, and everything is going for you. So I read things a little differently, sort of like Tarot by Janine, in that, you know, we're not traditionalists in how we read. So for me, this is a crossroad. You have everything that you need, that you desire. You have, you know, your pouch with you. You have all your supplies. The sunny days are ahead of you. And it is a crossroad. And you, again, everything is in order. the doors open for you. All the money, all the finances, everything is in your hand, my girl. So let's go back to my other cards. Where are they? Here. Yeah, it's spiritually divine. So everything that you're doing is spirit driven and given. So go for it. Well done. Traveling. It feels like, sorry about that, I spat in the mic. It feels like, it's European travel, actually. It feels like abroad. I want to say even Germany or, Russia, perhaps. You're very open-minded, and you're like me. I like to break bread with people that are villainized through the media. Like, I went to the Middle East when it wasn't cool to go to the Middle East, and I found the most loving, beautiful people there. They were incredible. And so now, with what's going on, my heart just goes to the people that are there. I'm not talking the leaders and, the people that are the puppet masters doing all of this. I'm talking the actual people that are being affected. They are loving and beautiful and divine. And I've actually been in their homes. And this is what I see for you, Nicole, is that you're traveling and actually going into locals' homes. You're not doing the touristy, like, hotel. You really are adventurous. You go off the beaten path. And I want to say that you create your own path. It's like a swashbuckler, you're just carving through the forest, and you're making a path for others to follow. So well done. Good job, Nicole. Next.
Okay. I waited a few seconds there. Next up, Carrie. I know you love to sing. I know you used to sing in the past. Well, now we get our chance to do a little online duet because Lulu is celebrating a birthday today. You ready? 1,
yes.
2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Come on, pass. Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lulu.
We're terrible.
Happy birthday
to you. I want to do this fast. And he's going
he likes
so
to go fast. I like to go slow on the song. So you got a mix of both. We'll have to work on that. So Lulu asks, just a generic, what would the universe like to tell me if you feel called epiphany? So what would the universe like to tell me?
Okay, the magician card comes up, and the magician card is like magic. Everything is in the palm of your hand, literally in the palm of your hand. So is above is below. You have all the elements there. So you have the sword, the wand, the cup, everything. Yeah. And the pentacle. There it is. I was looking for it, couldn't see it. Yeah. So again, everything is provided. This is a magic card. This is your yes card. This is your, everything, the wish card. I like it very much. So whatever, this is your special day, Lulu. I would do whatever it is that your heart desires. Yeah, you have beautiful support around you, and finances. Finances are really starting to come towards you. Yeah, it's the messenger with the finances. It's all knowledge, money. Everything is starting to come towards you. New adventures. You're actually about to take off on a whole new financial pathway, and you have a lot of love and a lot of support around you. So this is your power time, my girl. This is a time where you are really going to start to step into knowing who you are and walking the path that you are here and meant to be. So enough of what you're hearing and that blah 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 that's going on in your ear from all directions. It's like you've just stepped out of that and stepped into a whole new realm. And in that new realm, like I said, a lot of love, a lot of support for you, a lot of guidance. Yeah, they're saying, look in the mirror, see how beautiful you are, see how magnificent you are, and happy birthday, because this is a celebration day for you and your parents. Much love to you. Next, Glenn.
Okay, and Jill wishes Lulu a happy birthday as well. Alicia wishes Lulu a happy birthday. Linda coming from us from Edmonton. Well, you're in the neighborhood there, Linda. Good to see you, fellow Albertan. And Carrie, did you ever, when you were younger, watch The Love Boat? Remember The Love Boat? Yeah, Love Boat. Gavin McLeod and The Love Boat. Okay, no more singing. We're on a singing cruise here. No pun intended. So we got a relationship question from Expert in Business. Hi, Carrie. Please let me know about any love relationships. I am ready. Love, Helen from London.
Okay. Well, it's funny because this card came up and it's going in different directions. So you're saying that you're ready, but are you really ready? Are you putting it out there that you're ready? Because you're kind of giving mixed meanings. So it's to teach yourself how to act differently than what you've done in the past. And money has been a big part of that, I believe. So step into who you are, step into the union with the creator, which you already have. It feels like you've really done a lot to let go of any control that you had experienced in the past, because you had to heal from that. Like the walls were coming in on you a little bit. So, and yeah, there was lots of stuff around the relationship that was difficult, and it really was a dead end. Okay, we get the relationship. Now, what does she do moving forward? She heals. She gives herself a blood transfusion and says, enough of that. It's not like I'm running the race anymore. And instead, again, go back to looking in the mirror. So are you the person that you need to be in order to attract the person that you would like to attract? Or are you still the same person in many respects that is attracting the pattern that you used to have, right? If you are, I want to teach you how to think yes or no, right? To muscle test. In fact, we're going to create a workshop on that, and I'm going to put it online here on Twitch. And so you can purchase it for like $10, right? And we'll teach you how to muscle test many different ways. And then you won't need me. You can actually just muscle test and go, is it yes? Is it no? Right? So the question, let me know about my love relationship. Well, you've definitely broken through. This is a really exciting time for you. You've broken that pattern, and now it's time to celebrate, because you are stepping into who you truly are. And in that, you are flying. Absolutely. So spread your wings. This is a really exciting time for you. You are ready. And it's like the bird that sits on the ledge and with its mama, and it looks and it thinks, oh, can I fly? I don't know. It might even try to fly, and bam, it hits the ground, right? And then it tries and tries again. You are actually starting to fly. You're starting to spread your wings, and you've let go of that old pattern. Yes. I'd say about 80%. So a little bit more work on yourself, honey. And yes, Helen, you are in alignment with that beautiful soul. Now, if your partner isn't showing up right away, often it's because they're also going through stuff and they're getting ready for you. So just trust that when it's ready, your partner will show up. And so looking 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months, certainly not 2 to 3 years. It could be very soon, but we just need to do a bit more tweaking on your own self-esteem. So looking at yourself in the mirror, do the mirror exercise where you love yourself. You choose something on your face every single night. For 1 full minute, you choose like your eyes and say, oh my God, I love my eyes. Look at my eyes. They're so beautiful. They're so bright. They're so loving. No wonder my future partner or speak as if he's already here or she's already here. No wonder my husband or my wife absolutely loves me, right? No wonder they get to look in these eyes and see the love that comes through. I love my cute little button nose. I love my rosebud lips. I love my cheekbones. I love my ears. Choose something on your face. Even if you don't like it, you're going to fake it till you make it, because as you love yourself and as you love those points in and on yourself, you will start to change. You will change physically, you will change mentally, emotionally, financially, every which way spiritually, because you are stepping into being ready for your ideal future partner. Okay? Because you're stepping into being your ideal future self. And when you're in that state, that's when all doors open, including your relationship. So again, happy birthday, my love.
Okay, next up, Lainey says, hello, Carrie. So Lainey's in the house. Good to see you, Lainey.
Aw, I love Lainey. I love everyone. But Lainey came for a session. And actually, if you're new here, I do one-to-one private sessions. And so we'll put that up in the chat, in the comments. And you can also go to my website, carriekohan.com, and just scroll down below and you'll see readings and healings. Book your private one-to-one session here. So just click on that and you choose a date. I'm booking into late July, I think now, if not August. And I don't think I'm going to be doing it much past this year. So I would book soon because they are filling up, okay? And they're cheap like borscht. They're my prices from probably about 10 years ago. Because I was $5,000 a month with clients, and I decided to go right back to my, 2,000 prices, and so here we are. So that's why I'm booking up so quickly. Okay, so go ahead and book.
What do you find, Carrie, are the most requested type of readings? Because you have a lot of different readings to offer here. And sometimes people think it's just a card reading, but you have many other services you can do.
Yeah. Most of them are channeled healings and insights. Almost all of them I channel. And so I look into their timeline. Like you can almost, I don't know if you can see my eyes shift, but I look into someone's timeline and I can look down and through it. And as I'm looking through it, we can actually pull out certain aspects that are no longer serving them. And we do a lot of just clearing all the old crap. So a lot of people come to me with chronic illness that the doctors can't figure out what it is. And I can't tell you how many, probably literally 500, 1,000 people with chronic illness. I had one woman come to me and I said, okay, stand in front of me because I'm a medical intuitive. I can scan your body and look, for any darkness in it, any illness. And I can do it remotely as well. So, but back then I didn't know I could do it remotely. So I had her stand in front of me and I looked and I said, oh, you have a bruise under the bottom of your left foot. And she was like, no, I don't. And I said, yeah, it's a bruise. It's about this big and it's quite purple. And it's like a pooling of blood. And she goes, no, I have no pain there at all. I said, take your shoe off, take your sock off. Let's see. Took her shoe off, took her sock off, turned her foot around. Oh my God, she had a bruise like that big on the bottom of her foot. So my abilities are I think inherited. My father had it. He was medical intuitive and he was best known in Canada. He was one of the best known sports medicine specialists in Canada, actually. He was with the Olympic teams and he had great success, but most people didn't know that he was actually seeing things and was able to do what I do as well, or I am able to do what he does. So yeah, most people come with chronic illnesses or sickness or past pain. That's a big one and really easy to fix. So in 45 minutes, you're a different person. Yeah. Yeah. Psychic readings, that's a big one too. I do use my cards sometimes, but most of the times I just go straight in. It's like, okay, let's get down to business. Let's roll up the sleeves, get down to business.
Yeah. And we'll see later on in the show, because like you said, you have a guest coming in who can give a testimonial to some of the things. And, you didn't know what the next question was, Carrie, but your intuitiveness really kicked in because AK is asking, great to be here with you. Been in chronic pain, especially knees and feet. Does my higher self have any advice or guidance for me?
Yeah. Okay. So AK, again, don't need to be a psychic to know this one, that knee, feet, hips, any kind of chronic issue is mobility issue with your hips down is because of fear of moving forward, fear of not knowing where you're going, how to get there, emotional, stiffness where you just don't know what to do or how to get there, or there's a lot of fear involved with going with 2 feet. We often see it with people that are kind of putting one toe into a relationship or one toe into business or whatever it is that they want to do, and they're not stepping in with both feet. Once you make a decision and you step in with both feet, that's when things change. So looking in, okay, so chronic pain, especially knees and feet. Yeah. It's also fluid levels. So it's a bit puffy. Makes me your system isn't flowing, and so I don't know if it's dairy or feels energetic too. It's just not flowing, honey. So do you exercise, AK? Do you yeah, with the knees and the feet, it's hard to exercise, isn't it? Okay, so you've seen the big trend lately, the chair exercises, right? So I want you to sit in the chair and just do the mobility and do exercises where you lift yourself up and down, right? With your arms, at least get your arms going. If you're having that bad of knee and feet problem, just mobility, get yourself moving. And then I want you to visualize yourself healing each and every day. So actually, AK, we can do that for you here now. So I want everyone to visualize and join me in sending AK beautiful, healing, loving light energy. And we're going to lift up any fear, any negative entities or energies that were in her knees and feet, especially her hips as well there. It's in your organs. It's like, yeah. So we're just going to lift all of that energy and give it up to Archangel Michael in the crystal box, opening up that box. There we go. And all that energy leaves and goes into the box and returns from whence it came. And you can actually feel all of that draining from your knees and your feet, AK. There you go, lifting it up and out. And breathe. And whenever you take something out, you have to bring in loving light as a replacement because it leaves voids, right? And it can act as a vacuum and bring in more stuff. So no. All that stuff is lifting up and out. So now we bring in a golden light and we fill your whole body with that beautiful, healing, loving golden light from the heavens above. And it's filling up your knees, your shins, your calves, down through your ankles, your feet, and it's going out through the tips of your toes and bottom of your feet. And feel that flow now. Can you see the difference from when I first read you to now, AK? Can you see and feel that? Because now I feel the flow. Now, and go ahead and put in the comments, if you guys are working with me on this and visualizing with me, can you see the difference? It was like clogged blood, clogged flow of fluids. And now it's like, whoo, now you're flowing. That's awesome. Well done. Good job. Go ahead and put your comments in, responses in the comments for us, because that gives us feedback, gives me feedback. So I know I'm on the right track. Okay. And if you have huge changes, love to have you guys come on, like what we're doing with Maria today in about another hour's time, where she'll be coming on and giving a testimonial. So if you guys have big shifts, or if I was really bang on with a prediction or whatever I'm sharing here, love to get your feedback. Okay. But go ahead and put it in the comments for now. Thanks. Glenn.
Okay. Well, we are on Facebook as well. Unfortunately, the Facebook comments are not coming through to me, but we do have a question. I know it's kind of reversed here, but I'll read it out from Michelle on Facebook. Michelle from Stratford, Ontario. And looking forward to receiving a message at this time. Okay. What do you have for Michelle?
Is there a little image of Michelle?
Very
I read
small
better with
image.
images.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to
be big. It here best as I can.
Yeah. She's brunette. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so Michelle, you've stuckness, stifledness comes to mind, and there's been some stuff that has kept you, you know, stopping. Yeah, judgment comes through. So we need to let that go. You need to step away from that and put a yield sign. You know, you've been yielding for far too long, and inside you've been going, ah, and so it's been a huge burden that you've been carrying, and we need you to lighten up. We need you to stand up and be seen. Yeah. And see your outcome, what you're going to be like when you're at the end of your time looking back on your life. Because right now you're like a bobcat and you're protecting your house, you're protecting everything around you, or at least you should be. But no, I shouldn't say that. No, I should. I heard them, you know, say, well, yeah, it's an issue, isn't it? It's been a little bit of down energy, but don't worry about it, honey, because you're really going to go for it now. The road is straight ahead and things are really starting to open up for you. You've got a lot of support around you as well. One person in particular that is really going to become on as a cheerleader, and it's like your spirit guide. They're holding your hand, and don't you worry, you've got lots of stuff. It feels like your reactions are changing. What used to really make you go from 0 to 60 very quickly, that's all going by the wayside, and you're playing your cards differently completely. Yeah. So the message is keep going and do what you feel is right. Don't worry about the snakes in the grass. Those guys, they're just on the way out. Literally on the way out. It's time. Their time has come, my girl, and it's time for you to start to write your novel, write your outcome, write who you are. You know, there was an old saying, don't let someone else use their pen in writing your life, or something like that. I can't remember the saying. Do you remember the saying, Tammy? No? Yeah, Tammy's sitting beside me here. Hi, she says. Anyways, yeah, it's like, don't use your own pen when writing your memoirs, writing your life, and don't allow someone else to use their pen. So yeah, your doors are really opening up now. This happened during this reading. You had a shift during this reading. It was like a poof, a light bulb moment. And in that moment, you decided to take that first step. And so it's baby steps, but you're taking the first step and you're really going towards that beautiful light in the door. So your dreams are about to come true. Don't you worry. Okay.
All right, and some feedback here from AK with the nips and hips and knees. Thank you so much, Carrie. I feel lighter and felt tingling when you were speaking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was an energetic transformation. Absolutely. I could see it all starting to move. It was like stuck energy, and that tingling is the movement. It's the energy starting to go, oh, okay, we're going to lift up and literally leave you and go to from whence it came, go to the light. So well done. Keep going. Keep visualizing that. And when you wake up, I want you to say to yourself, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm healed. Because if you keep focusing on, oh, my legs are sore, my knees sore, my feet are sore, your brain's going to go, send the receptors down there. You know, they're feeling pain. They're going to feel pain. So we're going to change our thoughts. Throw that into the cosmic garbage can and say, so happy and grateful. I am healed. Oh, I'm so, oh, look at my knees. I love my knees. I'm rubbing my knees right now. And, you know, love my feet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to Sherry on Facebook. Sherry says hello, and you know Sherry. Sherry, we had dinner with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice to see you again. And again, I can attest to you know, the advice they've given medically with my wife, and very, very good. So next up we have Jill, and Jill is asking, do you see me relocating from my present location? I'm currently in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. You've had some trials and tribulations, but you're crossing that bridge and you're triumphant. You're about to make some big changes, and everything is provided to you. You know, lots of love, lots of, could be marriage, it could be new relationship. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. So much love and support all around you. It's like everything has come together. It's beautiful, right? Everything is coming together for you. So, do you see me relocating from my present location in Phoenix, Arizona? Yes or no? Yeah. And so, yeah, it feels like it's north, but west. So, I don't know, like Sedona area, but more. Yeah. Anyways, yes. And you're also thinking, well, it could be Mexico, it could be Europe. You got a lot of things on your mind. Yeah, there's a lot. So, but yes, you are relocating. So 3 to 5, 6 months. Now, you asked this question last time, I think, or someone did, and I saw that they weren't moving. It was kind of muddy water still, but now it's much more clear. So this one feels very clear. Like, yes, the decision is made. It's time. It's time for you to change. It's time for you to move on. Good job.
Okay, next up, Alicia has a question. Alicia found us on Twitch, so thank you for finding us on Twitch. Hi, Carrie. May I ask, is my father happy with my choices from when he passed away? Thank you, from Oregon.
Is your father happy? Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that was like a 93%. It would not be 100% because he wouldn't say that. It wouldn't, yeah, but damn close, my girl. Yes, he's very, very happy. He's actually ecstatic with where you're going and what you're doing and the heart that you have. He can see what a gift you are. He sees from the other side probably even more than what he had appreciated here. So there's a deep appreciation that I feel from the other side that he has for you now. And he sees you in a whole different light. He sees your bravery. Because there were times where choices probably weren't as good. And so the bravery has really shown itself to him. And you had to be brave in order to make the decisions that you've made. And I think that this is where you're really starting to go up, like you're about to take off. So that's what we found. I was watching some astrologists with Tammy here, and what was the guy's name? Tarot Ship with Jimmy. We've been watching him, and he was actually really good. He's very positive. I like him. And so I would say, you know, in listening to him, he's saying right across the board, this is a really strong time where everyone's like taking off. And this has been a year like no other. He was saying, we haven't seen these kinds of patterns in 300 years, you know, and this is a time of awakening. And that's what I feel with you. So yeah, your father is with you. And yeah, he loves you very much, honey. Well done.
Okay. Few birthday wishes for you, Carrie, from Jill, wishing you a happy birthday, upcoming birthday. Again, Alicia, wishing you a happy birthday. Lulu, wishing you a happy birthday.
Thanks, guys.
And AK, wishing you a wonderful birthday on the weekend coming up.
Thanks, dear. Yeah.
Next up, from Melissa. You know, Melissa has a question about her husband, some of the issues that he's been going through. Does she have to worry about any health or wellness issues? Anything she should be concerned about?
Okay. So he's lost a lot of weight lately. Is there a health or wellness issue? Yes or no? Funny enough, the first time I asked, I saw it in the comments and I saw your question and I asked it real quick and I got that it was a little over 50% that yes, there was something that was a health and wellness issue. But I just asked again. So your husband lost a lot of weight recently. is there any health or wellness issue? Yes or no? I keep getting, it goes back and forth because just now I got to know. Okay, so has he changed his visualization? Has he changed the way he sees and feels about food? Because you can lose a lot of weight quickly, which I've done, and just by, you know, stating and seeing food differently. You know, I set the intention. I'm going to absorb whatever is feeding me and nourishing me, and everything else is just going to melt away. It's just going to go out of me. And I set the intention that when I wake up, blah blah blah, right? You know, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am fit and healthy and blah blah blah. But with him, he's not doing that openly. It feels like he has made a decision to live life differently. So he may have caused something to trigger this, but is it a long-term health or wellness issue that he must be concerned about? Yes or no? No, I don't feel that. There is something there, but I think it's going to go by the wayside very quickly, and it is getting him to where he needs to be now. I don't know. I don't like saying, oh yes, you better go to the doctor and get checked out. But in this case, I would say, go to the doctor and get checked out, because there's something there, but I don't think that that it's of great concern. I think that it feels like he's just wanting to get fit. He was wanting to get fit, and that's what he is creating. And sometimes it comes in ways that we don't expect. Okay? Yeah. Thanks, Melissa.
Okay, we have a lot of birthdays here, including Nicole's doggy, Ellie's second birthday today. So we won't sing Ellie a birthday song, but happy birthday, Ellie. What else do we got going on?
We got to go back and eat our tidbits instead of singing. Although I shouldn't say that, because it's all about vibration. It's all about singing. We should be singing. And there goes Glenn with the tidbits. Don't you love this guy? Oh my God.
Carrie, would you like one? There's only chocolate left, Carrie. Would you like one? No?
No. The chocolate ones are yours.
All right, Miss H up next. Welcome in, Miss H. Good to have you here.
Yep.
Hi, Carrie. Can you see a future relationship for me?
Well, okay. So I would ask you to be more specific, because when I say to spirit guides, this is a great example, by the way. So thank you for asking this, because it will teach everyone how to ask a question of your spirit guides and of your higher self and of creator. Okay. So when you say, will I have a future relationship? They're saying, well, of course you will. Duh. You know, you'll have a relationship with, you know, the person at the car wash. You're going to have a relationship with a person, you know, at Timmy's, whatever, right? You have future relationships. So let's be specific. Is my ideal future soulmate or ideal relationship, my partner, my lover, my best friend, you know, whoever it may be, is that person about to come into my life? And will I have another strong relationship in my life? You know, that will be a lover, a partner. Will I be married again? You know, ask those kinds of questions. So a love relationship. Very good. Yes. Okay. Will Miss H have a love relationship? Well, of course you will. Hello. You're just adorable. You're beautiful. You got everything going for you. And yes, that was a really strong yes. So it's not in the timeline that you desire. That's the challenge, because you are still healing. There's still some stuff from probably the last one, I want to say. Yeah, the last one, that you're still kind of walking side by side. So we need to unhook. We need to, you know, the pierced earrings, like these ones that you just pull out. I don't cut cords. I find those way too violent because it leaves bleeding of energy. So it sucks energy out of you, and energy just sits there and goes into the ground and then comes up as flowers and trees and everything beautiful, but it leaves you bleeding of energy. So never ever cut cords. Don't do that. Instead, just unhook. So unhook the cord and you drop it, and you feel your whole body kind of heal. Not kind of, it heals. And it's like a sci-fi movie that there was never a hole there. There was never any damage there. There was never any attachment there. It just, whew, you're free. And when you drop that cord, the cord and the hook falls to the ground, and it's like a bungee cord. It goes back towards the person that you were still holding on to, okay, that you're still kind of attached to. And so once you let go of that cord and release it, then the healing begins. And you can stand strong in who you are. So then you bring in that beautiful light and feel that void, that heart center. Maybe it's your stomach or groin, reproductive organs often, right? That's where they like to attach those cords, keep you attached, right? So just unhook it and let it go. Okay? And so do that. Imagine that that person is standing in front of you, and just unhook. So Tammy, can you make a note? We're also going to do a quick course. We're going to create small courses that you can buy with us on Twitch, and we're going to do that as a full visualization, so you can come on and do an unhooking, okay, unhooking exercise, and that will really help you. Okay. And then once you do that, yes, of course you have a loving relationship. Of course you do. Look at that. Beautiful, loving relationship coming your way. And so it is. Yeah. Sorry, Glenn. He's having a hard time keeping up with me. He mutes himself. Are you there? You're muted.
Too preoccupied. I'm here. I just was speaking to myself. Okay. Sometimes I like to do that. We all like to do that. Carrie, speaking of Twitch, please, we got 140 people watching on Twitch right now. We've got a bunch of people watching on Facebook, a bunch of people on YouTube. Feel free to ask your question in the chat. We'll try to get through as many as we can before the special guest comes on at the bottom of the hour in about a half hour time. And I think we still have one badge left. Twitch gives out these first founder badges for the first 10 subscribers. I think we have 9 so far. So if you want to get one of these first founder badges, please subscribe. And again, if you link your Prime Amazon membership, like I showed you at the beginning, you should have this little button at the bottom that says use Prime sub. You simply click that, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you get ad-free viewing, because every once in a while, Twitch throws ads, and that helps us. I mean, Carrie does this for free. She's giving free readings, which again, doesn't cost you guys anything. All it costs you is your time, which we really, really love. And again, if you can support us by coming over to Twitch and using these cool little emotes and a lot of fun stuff. So wanted to mention that one more time because some people have come in since the beginning of the show. And let's go on. Are you ready for the next question?
Actually, I want to go back to that for a second, because last week we did this as well, last Tuesday and Wednesday. And I was saying, hey, I think it was 179 we're watching, or 145, something like that. For 2 hours, you guys stayed with us. It was wonderful. The analytics were amazing. They're through the roof. So thank you. Thank you. What I would like to ask is, last week I said, okay, guys, if you're watching for 2 hours and you're getting a lot of value out of this and you're learning spiritual lessons from me for free, right? All I'm asking is come on to Twitch, sign up for free, and then hit like or follow, I think it is. Hit that. And if you really are enjoying this, spend $5 or $8 and subscribe to us monthly. I know there's a lot of different subscriptions that you have, but cancel one of them and come over here, because obviously you're getting a lot of value. You're here for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours a week that we're here. And of that, I think we're up to earning $10 each so far. a month from 10 people. So we would like to do this full time and be able to make a living from this, but we need your support. And so I know you hear this all the time, but please just come over to Twitch. It's free. And this is the channel that is the new YouTube, the new Facebook, all of that, because this is where all the truthers are coming, the psychics are coming, because we can talk freely. We don't have to worry about censorship. We don't have to worry about, oh my God, am I going to lose my channel again for another 9 months, and not have contact with you guys? No. This is why we've chosen Twitch. I was so grateful to meet Tammy and Glenn because they brought me here. They taught me all about it. And we have one more badge left. So if you subscribe, you get a badge. So make sure you're that person.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say because there was that one gift sub. So it could be one more badge, or we might have all 10 gone. I'm not sure how that works because that's a Twitch thing, but yeah, I mean, don't think that all these streamers are making piles of money. Since we've done this, we've done about 10, 15 shows, and we've each earned $10.
$10 so far. And we've done
hours and hours at work. So we're doing this, giving up our time, and all we're asking is a little bit of help from our viewers. And we want to grow the channel and offer courses. I even want to offer a course down the line on how you can become a streamer. If any of you have aspirations to do podcasts and do little videos on Facebook or YouTube, you can come take some tutorials from me. I would love to help you out. Exactly. And again, Carrie has a lot of services to offer as well. So let's keep on going.
Okay.
Next up, we got Amy, another relationship question. But this one, relocation question. Her husband passed away recently. Is that going to force a relocation for her?
I would focus on prayer right now. So if you want to stay, find a way that will allow you to be there if that is a situation that is questionable. You have a lot of spiritual help, including from your husband. That's on the other side. And with his passing, everything seemed to kind of go gloomy for a bit. There was a lot of pain associated with that, feeling, abandoned, I want to say, like it's natural, but there is so much love and support there. Don't you worry. And I know that you feel that love and support. So are you moving? There's a lot of turmoil inside about a move, isn't there? It kind of makes you almost nauseous, and it feels like you're in a race against time. Like I have to, but slow that time down. You can do it. And if someone's pressuring you to move, just go, whoa, 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 whoa. I need some time. Okay. Eventually, yes, you're going to be cutting the ribbon on a new purchase, on a new move, on a new place. It's like, ta-da! And it's not a bad thing. It's going to have a fresh start for you, fresh memories. And again, it goes back. All of it is spirit driven and given to you. You're divinely guided. And if you feel the need for you to relocate, go ahead and do it. Because again, so much support around you. They're just waiting for you to show up. Okay. Much love to you, honey.
All right. And some feedback here from Lulu, who is having a birthday today, and you gave her a reading, and she gives you the love and said, love it. It resonates 100%, Carrie. So Beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
First question I've seen.
Going back to Lulu, it's like marriage or weddings or celebration, everything being gifted to you. So it was Lulu's birthday, was it? Was it Lulu's birthday? Yeah. Yeah. So it's like you're being blessed and honored, and everything is being given to you. Okay. So it's blossoming. Well done. Sorry, Glenn.
Linda is saying here that a couple weeks ago, I vowed on your show that it was my last day as a smoker. So a little bit of an update. I am an ex-smoker now for 2 weeks. And the vow I made out loud was powerful and my strength throughout. I'm so grateful to be on that side of the vice.
Oh, well done. Your reaction is everything. You are seen smoking in a different reaction. Yeah. I used to help people smoke or quit smoking. Sorry. I used to help people quit smoking by, it was an old trick that was shown to me. If you could imagine the cigarette coming up and imagine someone with a snot or something like that, like a big yellow green snot coming across the cigarette and gooey, falling off the cigarette and now running towards your mouth, and you can smell that mucus, right? You associate that to the mucus. See the cigarette, mucus. See the cigarette, smell the mucus. See the cigarette, smell the mucus, right? And you just have that association going all the time. It strengthens your muscle. So I've had so many people that came to me that were smokers, and in the end they stopped. But for you, my girl, it is because you are playing your cards differently. You set a different message going on in your mind, in your heart. It makes me burp. In your spirit, and you released the association that you used to have to it. So well done. Congratulations. Keep it up.
Yes, very good. And it's so cool, Carrie, to be on this side of it and to see results from things that you've talked about and suggestions that you've made. I mean, it's like a testimonial. It's like this worked for this person. And Linda, congratulations on being 2 weeks smoke free.
Well,
And
Linda literally walked away from it. It was her decision.
yeah,
I just share what I hear and what I see. But for her, she made a public commitment, and she has the integrity and the honor inside to stick with that commitment. So well done. Keep it up.
big shout out to Creola57 who subscribed on Twitch. Thank you so much, Creola. Criola. And I do see you have that little founder's badge beside your name. So you are one of the 10 Mystic Compass Twitch
Creola got
founders.
it. Yay! Oh, we got to
Okay.
dance for Creola. Come on, play the music.
Best. Thank you for your support of the Mystic Compass team. Carrie and Glenn give you a big loving high five. Thank you. Thank you. You are simply the
You are simply the best.
You're simply the best.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you
Well
so
done.
much for being helping us on Twitch there, and I hope you enjoy the content. And there was another comment there. I'll see if I can find it. Lauren Joe says the subscription really worth it. The Friday shows are really, really good as well. And again, we are planning on moving a lot of our content to Twitch only. So if you're still on YouTube and Facebook, please
come on
try
over.
and get over to Twitch as soon as you can and not miss out on some of our discussions. Last week, it's still up on Twitch. If you want to watch the VOD, the video on demand, if you're on Twitch, you can go through our videos and check out the Friday one. Carrie, we talked a lot about a lot of things on Friday, how to raise your vibrations, how to read into subliminal messaging, talked about the Templars. You gave kind of the insight on Templars. We also, how to train the third eye, how to read through media manipulation. We talked about a lot on Friday. So go watch that VOD, because even watching our old videos helps us out just by watching them. So even if you're working in the kitchen, throw it on, and a view is worth a few pennies here and there.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours long. So you can turn it on and, go into the kitchen, do your dishes or vacuum or whatever you need to do, but just have it playing. And that helps us, and it also helps you.
Yeah. And if you're on Twitch, use those emotes, because Twitch also monitors engagement. So the more you chat on Twitch and the more you use the little emotes on Twitch, that helps as well. Every little thing you do on Twitch is just a little bit helping support us out. So the emotes, if you click on the little smiley face by the chat box, there's a bunch of emotes you can throw into the chat once in a while just to show some engagement. Okay,
well,
next up.
Just one last thing on that. I can see why a lot of people are switching to Twitch, because there's no censorship, or very little censorship there. So we can actually talk about whatever, like on YouTube, I cannot talk about people that choose to go to the other side prematurely. I cannot use that S word, right? Whereas Twitch, I can talk and read openly. And so that's why we're really wanting you to come and join us with all the truthers, with all the psychics, and come on over to this new channel, register for free, and then subscribe. Okay, that's enough ads for today. You got it. Okay.
Yeah, and again, first and foremost, it's because of the freedom to speak about things that we can't do on other channels. Okay, next we got Phoenix Pippi from Saskatchewan. Just wondering what comes out for me at this time, and says, "Hi, Glenn." Hi to you, Pippi. As well.
So Phoenix or Pippi, she's a little impatient. A little impatient, hey, my girl. So things are really slow for you, and you have made that decision to finally go in a totally different direction. I can't say how proud I am of you, because you are wishing upon the stars. You are, you're doing everything that you need to do in order to be in alignment. In fact, you've shut down the intimacy, and by doing so, you've also shut down the storm that was around you. So now it's like march forward, move forward, and just keep going. Sometimes you might feel like an outsider, but in fact, what you're doing is becoming a leader. You're becoming the person that is thinking outside the group, and that solitary time, the aloneness, is actually one of the best gifts you can give yourself, because this is how you grow, you see. And you're not alone in any of this. How many people that I just read for Pippi, how many people does this speak to? Because I think it speaks to so many of us, right? Go ahead and put in the comments how you feel about that. Thanks.
Okay, let's move on. Again, we've got about 15 more minutes before our guest is scheduled to come on. Yes. So we'll try and get through as many questions as we can. If it is not answered, please join us tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get there early, ask your question early, and we should be able to address it. So let's go to, I guess we're on Annette. Hi, Carrie. Any message for me for the near future?
Can you hear all the dogs?
Yeah, we can hear the dogs. The dogs are having a party out there.
I know, they're having a party. So someone had asked me earlier, saying, they wrote me and said, Carrie, you have to change the mic, because the mic right now is not, if I turn away, you can't hear me. Well, the reason being is that we have some cats and dogs here, and the dogs are like, rah, 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 rah. So I want you to be able to hear me, and so I have to stay focused here. So that's the reason for all of that. Okay, should be better now. Okay, so hi, Carrie. Any message for me near future? Annette. Again, another storm going on inside, but that one feels more physical, because you're empathic. You don't consider yourself as empathic as you are, and again, it's like time is going too slow, and the walls are kind of coming in on you, right? And so the key for you is to breathe, is to start breath work. You've got to start breathing. You've got to start celebrating what's good in your life. And with that, well, there it goes, the two cards back to back. This is where you're going to start to fly, because they really want you to spread your wings. What is it that you desire, my dear Annette? What is it that you really, really are looking forward to doing in this world? I know some of us are like, I don't know. Well, if you don't know, then how do you expect to ever get there? How do you expect to actually step into that moment of happiness if you're focusing on everything outside of yourself? Instead, stop worrying about what's going on around you and start looking at the mirror and seeing the magnificence and the beauty inside, and allow that gift, that ray of sunshine, allow the sunshine to shine through you. Okay, we need you to shine bright. This is your purpose here, is to bring joy and love and compassion to other people. And you've held off. So now they're saying, will you please go for it? You have a green light. You have our green light. We want to support you. We want to help you in moving forward in your healing. You know, you have healed a great deal, but you're also a healer yourself and a spiritual healer. You have the gifts. So when are you going to actually start using them? When are you going to start standing up and saying, okay, I'm coming out of the spiritual closet and I'm actually going to do what I am here to do? It was kind of tough love, Annette. But what they're saying is this, right? You have everything. They're just waiting for you to take that first step and enter through the doors where you are one with God, one with Creator, one with light, one with the universe, where you step into that light and you are that light. Everyone is that light. We are all that light. It's a matter of making a decision to turn on the light switch. Have you turned on your light switch, your inner light switch today? Have you done that? I like that one. I haven't heard that one. I used to do an exercise like 20 years ago. It was a visualization. It was turning on light switches, right? Internal light switches. But I like that. Have you turned on your internal light switch today? Your inner light. Go ahead. I want you to imagine going to the wall and you're going to turn on that light switch. Poof. Wow. Instantly. Different person. Okay. Well done. Thanks, Annette.
Okay, next up, another knee question here from Maul Cattail. Is my knee injury permanent?
Well, you would think so, but no, nothing is permanent. Everything can be, it's malleable. Is that the word? It's pliable. Yeah. And you can fly if you want to. There was a knee surgeon in California, or he might have been Phoenix, actually. And he thought, for years he was doing knee replacements. And look it up because it's an actual documented case. And it has peer reviews and everything, right? So what he did was he decided that he was going to treat the patient as if they were opening him up, or, say it's a male patient. And they did the microscopic surgery where they cut the X's, around the knee, and they put the tubes in, the mechanics in, and they went in, and he talked during surgery. Guy was out. He talked during surgery as if he would with any other surgery. Okay, we're just going to scrape the knee. And now we're going in and we're going to, in this case, they were actually replacing the whole knee. So it wasn't just a little X. They cut the knee open and they were replacing it. But they actually weren't replacing it. They were just talking as if they were replacing it. And the belief system is like in the movie The Secret, and what my father used to do, right, with sports medicine, was that your brain can't tell whether or not it's real or if it's practiced. If you're speaking it, and if you're seeing it, and you're feeling it, then your brain sees it as being true. So this doctor pretended to give knee replacements, but he actually wasn't. And he found that 80% of those that didn't actually have a knee replacement had full recoveries because they believed that they had a knee replacement. They believed that they were healed. So look it up. It's a really interesting study. I don't know if the net would still have it, quite frankly. So much of it's been expunged. But for you, my dear Mal, yeah, you need to change the office. That's really what was causing you the knee injury, the knee problem, because you were measuring success in a very hard way. And it was hard on you. It was literally wringing you out. And so what would be a respectable way of leaving the office and leaving, things in your life? By creating an injury or a car accident or, something that, oh my God, are you all right? And by doing that, by creating a situation where you go, right? That's when everything yields and you can sit back and relax and just, okay. So now that you've healed, it's time to replenish yourself. Okay. It's time to bring in that holy water, bring in that beautiful, healing, loving water, nourish yourself, hydrate yourself. I would say literally hydrate yourself, and your knee will start to heal. So looking into your knee, yeah. So is it meniscus? It feels like it's bone on bone. So just visualize and visualize. I want you to imagine that all the cartilage, all the tendons, everything in there is now regrowing, because you know that you rebuild your body every 7 years. You have a completely different body every 7 years. So technically, we should actually not be aging. We should be rejuvenating ourselves every 7 years and never aging. I think the aging process is because we say happy birthday. Isn't that ironic? Here we're going, happy birthday to both me and Lulu. And it's because we count the years. When you stop counting the years, when you stop actually celebrating, oh, another year's gone, must be getting older. How old are you now? Oh, you old fart, right? All of those things. By doing that, you actually create the aging process. And I believe that we can reverse that aging process, and we can reverse the injuries by having a different dialogue with ourselves and saying, yeah, the new 61 is the old, or the new, the 61 is now the new 41, right? Because I feel like I'm in my 40s, maybe even early 30s, dare I say. It feels right. So my intention is to reverse the aging process. And that's what I would say to you, Mal, is reverse the aging process. Instead of going, oh, my knee, say, I love my knee. I love my knee. I see and feel it healing from the inside out. Wow, I can feel the tingling in my knee. That is nature's way of healing me. I can see myself, exercising and, in fact, up and down stairs. So start doing light things like yoga, stretching, chair exercises, right? And I trust that you will heal. It's not permanent, hon. Nothing is permanent in life.
Are you telling me that you're not in your early 40s? I mean, between you and Tammy, you guys look like you're just at the early 40 stage. Don't be fibbing to me. Both you guys are looking wonderful. So whatever
we'll pay you later.
It's working. Okay.
We'll give you the money later.
You know what I work for. You know what I work for.
Tidbits.
And big shout out to Linda. Linda has subscribed on Twitch for 3 months. Oh, woo! Linda, get ready, Carrie.
3 months.
You are simply the best.
He loves his music.
You're simply the best. Thank you for your support of the Mystic Compass team. Carrie and Glenn give you a big love and high five. Thank you. Thank you. You are simply the best.
Well done. Yay.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah.
Thank you for making us dance.
I love that dance. You make these songs, Glenn. They're awesome. And it's wonderful that we're honoring everyone that comes into the chat. That's awesome. Yes. Love it.
Okay. Let's see where we left off. Hello from Love Yourself First. I love that name. Thank you. I haven't seen you around here before. So if you're new to the channel, good to see you. Hey. And Miss Fiji says, Bula? Is that Bula?
Yeah, Bula, Bula, Bula.
Bula? Okay.
Bula, Bula.
Kelsey is asking, hi, Carrie, will I secure a job at the FBI? Oh, wait a minute.
That might have been a Freudian slip.
Can we talk freely here, Kelsey? Are you going to be on the right side of the FBI? All right, Carrie, can I secure a job FBI? At the FI? I know, it's at the FI.
Okay, will you secure a job at the FI company? Yes or no? Yeah, Actually, it feels really strong at this point. Have you had your interview already? Because it feels, yeah. There's been a feeling in the past where you were like on the inside looking out. You were kind of trapped in jobs, but no, this is really starting to move forward for you. Definitely, you've got a lot of support. Yeah. It's movement forward is what I want to say. Yeah. And the sun, of course, the sun is the best card, I think, in the entire deck. And so everything, blessings are coming towards you. I would say that not only are you going to get the job, but there are more things that are going to start to move into place for you. It's like everything is finally falling into place for you, Kelsey. Whew, because you've had a real tough time of it for a while. Yeah. you had a tough time of it. You know, a lot of messages, a lot of things that were coming to you that it just seemed one after another. But the deck. This is like the gateway to meditation deck. Yeah, card. It's one of their things. Anyways, everything's starting to break through and you're starting to fly. So it's like kaboom. And now you're starting to really take off. So in that, what does the other decks say? Yeah. Again, spirit driven and given. Everything, you're divinely guided. So yeah, it feels good for the job and much, much more. If not this job, something even better. But this job is like a really strong, it was 80 to 90%. So just feel it in your gut that I'm so excited. I'm so happy now that I've got this beautiful job that I really dreamed of. And it will be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Glenn.
All right. Whoa. What do you like? Do you like the bigger images or do you like the smaller images?
Leave it up to, I like the big, actually. I don't have my glasses on, so now I can actually see you.
Whoa. Can I have my close-up, please?
Yes.
Okay. Next up from our subscriber on Twitch, our new subscriber on Twitch, Creola57 is asking, happy birthday, Carrie. Could you please take a look if I'm able to finish all the renovation in my house and garden this year?
No. It's around 40% to a no. So 65 to 70% you'll get done. There's some stuff that you really want to get done, but I think it might even be weather permitting, but things will come up. Yeah. Let me just check the cards on that. Yeah. It feels like the walls are kind of coming in. Like you have so much planned. You have so many things that you want to get done. And patience is what you're learning through all of this. So breathe and let that heal. And does it really matter if you don't get it done this year? You know, does it really matter? Will the world like come to a stop? No. Instead, we want you to fly. Feel the freedom. And if you don't have the drywall finished or whatever, you know, so you just put up some plastic and work around it for a little while until it is. But in the meantime, let your mind fly. Let your mind not be so rigid and so consumed with, oh my God, I got to get this done. Oh my God, you know, we've got to be under a timeline. I know there are, actually, I'm seeing that there's some stuff that's coming in that's causing that timeline, and they want you to be patient. They want you to learn from this. Okay. Wow. I love how the cards work because I don't know what I'm going to be saying, but as I'm pulling up the card, I hear the words. They want you to learn from this. I wouldn't have picked that word, you know, from that card, but that's what they're telling you. So well done, Glenn.
Okay, one more question, and then we have someone in the green room right now watching and waiting for us to bring her in. I see her smiling right there.
Is Maria here?
Getting all hydrated and ready to talk here. We'll bring her in just a minute, but let's get through one more question here. Wherever I left off, let's see. Giggles and Laugh says, hi, Carrie and Glenn. Much love. Good to see you again, Giggles. And okay, one more. Mavistarea. Do you see me working with children and or animals?
Animals is stronger for me right now. Do I see you working with children? Yes or no? Yeah. Do I see you working with animals? Yes or no? Yeah. You have your choice. It's really what you want to do, honey. Yeah. Right now, it's like you can't see the forest for the trees because you haven't really made a decision, and you've got lots of things like that are biting you. And so it is time. It's time for you to make that decision. What do you want to do? What do you feel like? What really empowers you? Right? You got to stop digging holes for yourself and instead plant the seeds. Plant the seeds of thought of what it is that you desire and where you want to go and what you want to be and do and have. And once you do that, then everything is open to you. You have a choice. You can do both, or you can do either one. Just make a decision. Much love to you, honey.
Thank you for the question, and just some feedback from the last question you answered from Creola. Yes, patience is not my strongest point. Thank you.
It was coming through. I tell you, there is one question here I see from Kelly Inkpen. Now, Kelly was a client way back when and became a friend. And can you see that? Kelly Inkpen, where did she go? I had her
right here on the screen, Carrie.
Look up, Carrie. Is there anything in the cards that you have for me today, generally, in a general reading? Love you so much. Well, I love you too, my girl. Okay, let me shuffle. Okay, what would you like to say to Kelly? Well, the key. You have the key. You already know what the key is. And you haven't been doing what you've been wanting to do for employment. And it feels like, yeah, they are saying you need to let that light shine even brighter. If you met Kelly, she is just such a bright light. She just shines bright, bright, bright. But we need her to step into that light even more so because the world needs her. Why aren't you famous yet? You are carrying a burden somewhere along the way. And see, you've got all the support. The spirit is with you. Your guidance is with you. You get all the downloads. You get all those messages. And I would say that by this time next year, if you play your cards right, everyone should know the name Kelly Inkpen because you're very gifted. And you're a gifted seer, healer, all of the above. Yeah. So again, when the card comes up, hello, you need to tune in, honey. And that's why we needed to take that one last question there. But we're going to probably take some more questions after Maria because I know the questions are still coming. And then we'll do the visualization. Okay. So,
absolutely.
Hey, Maria. Yep.
Absolutely. Sorry. We'll get to a few more, especially from our subscribers, because, we owe them a reading here for subscribing. And there's a couple from recent subscribers. So we will get to you after we bring in a special guest. You may have seen her in previous videos that we've done, asking questions and commenting in the chat. So let's bring in Maria. Hey,
Maria.
All right, take it away.
I'm so excited Maria's here. Yay. So for all of you that don't know, Maria was asking a question last week and I was like, Maria's in the house? Now, Maria and I used to work together. God, when you were a kid. Yeah. you were what, 20, 21, something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. And that was 2004, I think, that we were working together, right?
Yep. You just aged me.
Around there. I just aged you. Well, everyone your age. That's all right. They all know mine too. Yeah. But anyway, we started working together, and I think I told the story last week of how I came out of the spiritual closet with you, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Yeah. If you can share that a little bit, that was funny.
Yeah. No, working with Carrie, she just always knew. She'd say something, she'd be like, go talk to these people, they're gonna buy. Something I would hear all the time. And I'm like, okay. And then they would buy, right? Or she would say, by this date, we're gonna have this many homes sold. And then it would happen. I'd be like, what's going on? Like, what is she doing? So yeah, I asked her, I sat her down and I said, you got to tell me how you're doing this. How do you know? And
well, you got aggressive actually, because you had asked me several
like,
times and I was like, oh yeah, no, I just have a feeling. I wasn't out of the spiritual closet yet, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't getting a straight answer. So
Nope.
yeah.
So one day you sat me down. I'll never forget it. We were at the office in the desks, right? And you said, okay, that's it. How did you know that couple, they came in and you said, go see them because they're going to buy. And sure enough, they bought that day.
I think it was when you said we're going to sell out by this date. You had said we're going to sell out because I want to go to Mexico. And I was like, well, Carrie, that's 20 homes. I'm like, okay. And then it happened.
Yeah.
To the date. We were sold out.
And people were selling 2 homes a month. And we sold 25 that month, I think.
Yeah. And we sold out. And that's when I was like, hey, now you really have to tell me.
So I came out of the spiritual closet and I said, okay, oh God, do I tell her? Okay, when people come in, I actually see the word buyer above them. I feel that they're going to buy. I can see the word buyer. And so, it's like an agreement that I have with spirit. Okay, show me the buyers. Well, yeah, he really showed me the buyers. They have the word written right above them. So couples would come in the door and I'd do a double take and go, oh, there it is. Okay, Maria. Right. And you would do the meet and greet and then call the manager in and together we worked as a team beautifully. It was really a good team. So anyways, over the years, since then, I remember you were thinking about buying a property and I remember shaking you and saying, Maria, you've got to buy a house. Like this is your opportunity. And the prices I knew were going to go through the roof. And thankfully you did. That was awesome. So now it's your whole career, isn't it? You're a realtor for how many years now?
I've been licensed for 7 years, but I've been working in real estate since 2004. With new home sales. And then, I decided to go on my own, not work with the builders anymore. So
good for you. Yeah. And so then you came last week and you were talking about a house that you had a listing with, and what happened?
Yeah, I'd been on the market almost 2 weeks. And in this market, like houses are selling within the first 2 weeks for sure. But we had gotten maybe 3 showings. And I was like looking at the price. It's priced right. It shows really well. Like what is going on? I'm like, there's a block somewhere with maybe the home. It could be the property itself or the sellers. So I was thinking, and then I happened to come on and I'm like, okay, I think the first time I came on, I didn't ask that question. I had it on my head, but I had put something else in there and I didn't want to like throw another question in. So then the next day I came back, I'm like, okay, I have to ask, right? So I was like, is there a block? Like, what can we do? Or like any insights?
Yeah.
And sure enough, you were like right away, you're like, yeah, I see it. It's fear. Let's clear it. Let's clear it. Put a golden light. Sure enough, next day I start getting phone calls, showings start getting booked. And that evening we got an offer. So
within 24 hours.
Yeah. Within 24 hours, I had an offer in my inbox. Yeah.
So what I saw was there was hesitation on the owner's behalf. And so we just removed that fear. We just, if she, if she wants to proceed, she will. And if not, she'll let it go. Right. And I could see, no, she really wants it. So we cleared it. And
I think there still is that little bit of fear because there's been little hiccups here and there.
Yeah.
But nothing that we can't. Yeah, I know. We've been overcoming these little glitches, but
it's all good. It's all good. Well, it goes to show you what energy does, though, doesn't it? And I was thinking, hats off to you, Maria, as a realtor, because so many realtors would go, well, what's wrong? That it's not selling. It's a hot market. It should sell right away. It's priced right, blah, blah, blah. And instead you were, the energy. What's going on with the energy? And most realtors would not consider that. But the moment that you did it, boom, you created it. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I did do a small price adjustment on it too, just to get it rebooted. But it wasn't like, it was just just enough to get it like emailed out to everyone and notified. But
that's all you needed to do. It's like a refreshing of the energy, you know. And then all of a sudden everyone's looking at it going, oh, that looks really pretty, because the energy has shifted. It's now like sunshine. Whereas before it was cloudy. Now they're looking at it and seeing sunshine. It's good.
Yeah.
So we actually have a lot of history, you and I, of doing all kinds of interesting things together. You had phoned me on a couple of different occasions, right?
Yeah. I don't know what.
Yeah, some you probably won't want to talk about, but clearing the houses, that was interesting, right? And that brought me actually. Where's my sage? I got my smudge here. So this is another thing that I'm going to be teaching everyone, because being Aboriginal, being Métis, I learned the proper way to smudge, and it really makes a big difference. So Maria had friends that needed a clearing in a house, and I was like, oh, I really don't do that anymore, you know. And by the way, if you're now thinking, oh, I'm going to get Carrie to clear my house, I charge a shitload of money because it's a lot of energy, a lot of work. And so, you know, only come if it's like a 10,000 square foot building or more, and it's haunted, because that one I can clear and it's a lot of money. But back then it was like, okay, you know, I'll go ahead and do this. So what's the address, Maria? And she gives me the address, and I said, wait, what? What was the address? And you said it again. And I was like, I built that house. That's my house. I mean, what are the odds that your girlfriend bought my house that I had built, 5-10 years earlier, something like that, with my mom's inheritance money. And it's a brand new house. It was beautiful, but it was the land. And also I got divorced in that house. So there were arguments in that house. And I didn't realize that the arguments were creating like a funnel of energy. And so I went to the house, and that was really interesting. Remember, she had 2 big dogs.
Yeah.
Right? Well, those dogs greeted me with teeth, and they were like, you know, they were nasty. And I was at the door, and she took everything in her to hold back these 2 dogs. They were wanting to go for my throat. She was like, I'm so sorry. They're not normally like this. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. You know, so she got them in a room, and I started going through the house, and I got to my old bedroom with my first husband, and I could see there were 2 spots in the flooring, in the carpet. And I looked over and I went, that's where we had our big blowout and decided to have a, you know, divorce. And then this one right by the door was where, you know, kicked him out, or he kicked me out, more so. And it was the division was right there. It was like the parting, ripping of our souls was at that doorway. So I went in and I did the magic and cleared it all and healed it all, and saw that beautiful, you know, spot literally disappeared. Saw this spot literally disappeared. Love, gratitude. It was like, thank God he divorced me. You know, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you for all of that. And in that moment, the 2 dogs came up, and they were so passive and so loving. And one laid on this spot where it no longer was, and one laid on that spot, which no longer was. And they just fell asleep as we were talking. And she was like, okay, they've gone from one extreme to the other. They went from rah, 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 to passive and sleeping. And I explained what those 2 spots were. And I apologized to her for leaving them there. I didn't realize that they were still there. But it served a purpose. It brought me home. And it brought me back to another level of healing in the first divorce. So I have to thank you for that, because you brought her to me, and you've always been open. You've always been really supportive, loving. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, and then it didn't stop there, right, with her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if there's a connection there with you and her, because then she was like, I've been looking at this house I really like. It's really close to my kid's school. And I was like, okay, show me this house. And then she drives me to her old house, her other old house in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
after building that house, I bought another house and I fixed it up, and it was right across the street from my girls' school. What does this woman do? She sells the house that I built, and she now brings Maria to my second house, my old house.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Right?
Yeah, I don't know what the odds are. I was like, stop. Yeah.
Maria looking at the house going, no.
I'm like, no.
It was funny. Oh my God.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't buy that house, but yeah.
No, she was like, okay, I've had enough of Carrie's house. Yeah, it's good. Anyways, they're blessed. They're beautiful now. Yeah. But yeah, so I just wanted to bring you in and share some of the stories. I can't think of any others right now. We've had a lot of experiences together, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm sitting in my kitchen, and then remember that white light that came shooting out of the pantry, was it? Into the hallway. Do you remember that? It was just me and you sitting there. It was night, and we're talking, and then it was like, whew, just flew out.
Yeah.
You're like, did you see that? I'm like, I did. I saw it.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. Yeah. It came out of the pantry and upwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it went across. Did it go into the living room or the old bedroom?
No,
I can't remember.
The old bedroom. Yeah. Where you used to say.
Yeah. And it was because the old bedroom, right?
Yeah.
There was a spirit that was in there, and I cleared it. Yeah.
Yeah. You did clear it. My daughter was waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah.
All the time. Yeah. And she saw it. Yeah. She was very, very young. She was a little one, and she was seeing something, and it was disturbing her. So she was crying in the middle of the night. And so for you parents that, you're going in and the little one's saying, pointing, maybe not so verbal yet, but they're pointing at a place in the room, and they're fearful. That's usually because they're seeing something. So just bring in love, bring in blessings, or bring in someone like me that can clear it out, because it takes a little bit of energy, but you can do it. Yeah. So there we go. Anything else can you think of?
I mean, I don't know. There are a lot.
Yeah. Joe, your husband has gotten used to me. Okay, so Mayan calendar. Hello. I tell the story about the end of the Mayan calendar and buying the house in Banff. Maria comes out with her husband to Banff, and he's a techie, and he helped me create a program so I could actually make money, from the house, doing workshops for teens especially. So anyways, he goes to bed, and all of a sudden he you tell the story. What happened?
He woke up like somebody was, I don't know, he was getting attacked, right? So and I remember like that room that we were sleeping into was very like
creepy,
happy and cheery during the day, and then really creepy at night.
Really creepy at night. Yeah. Well, the whole house.
Couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep in that room. When I remember being so excited to sleep in that room because it was so like
lovely.
It just felt so good and like so happy. Like it's so cute. And then I was like, oh my God, like totally changed night and day.
Totally.
And like night and day.
That closet, the closet was joining two rooms. There was a room
and I couldn't close the door. I tried everything to shut that door. It wouldn't close. It kept opening. So it was scary.
Actually, I found the opposite. Like you would try and you'd budget and you'd get it closed, and it would be closed. And then you wake up in the morning and it was wide open and you're looking down the closet from the bed, right? And it was like, okay, that's creepy because it wouldn't just open like that. It was like you had to bounce it along the floor to get it to close. Yeah. And here just gently opened up. There were lots of things going on there. We were under attack a lot, but it was the end of the Mayan calendar. So something was left in the house and left to attack us. So anyways, Joe felt it and you saw stuff. And anyways, I get a phone call later on and the world card, right? It's a completion. So Maria phones up and she goes, Carrie, you've got to hold on to that house. You cannot let it go. I've had a dream and you cannot let it go. And I said, I had a dream too. And I really want to let it go because I've been in a legal battle. It's cost me $100,000 Canadian and I'm done. And she said, no, you can't let it go. So thanks to you, things changed completely because I went back to court. I made an application to stay until after Christmas, after December 21st, 2012. And by doing that, I won. And by staying there until I think it was December 27th, moved to Vancouver. Yeah. But those days made all the difference. It stopped the 5,000 year cycle. It kept that portal closed. And if you don't know the story, that's a whole nother story.
That's the whole show.
This is the Maria that actually gave me the phone call and said, Carrie, you cannot do this. You've got to, you got to hold on to the house. Yeah. So.
Hold on to it just another week.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's the best realtor in all of Edmonton. And if you are thinking about selling your house, she knows houses backwards, been doing it since she was a kid. And yeah, you're very skilled in what you do. You're fair. What I loved was your integrity. We won every award imaginable when we were working as a team. And then you've gone on to win lots of awards on your own as well. And I would say Maria's biggest attribute is integrity and honesty. She will tell you as it is, like it is. And if something isn't working, she will look for other ways, such as she did for this client. Okay, Carrie, I think the energy's off here. What do we need to do? Not many realtors will do that. So if you're thinking of selling your house, go see this girl, Maria Marcos.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how do people get a hold of you, Maria?
Instagram or Facebook. You can just search me, Maria Marcos, Realtor. Maria Marcos. Maria Marcos, Realtor.
Okay. And it's MARCOS, right?
MARCOS. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Sounds good. Well, thanks for sharing. Thanks for the success. And
thank you.
Yeah. I love you, honey. Yeah.
Love you too. Okay.
Soon. Okay. Bye, honey. And Glenn, you're coming back? I think Glenn's coming back.
I am here.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Actually,
thank you, Maria. Good to see you. See you in chat.
See you.
All right.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, well, Carrie, we've got let's do 3 more questions, and then we'll do the world positive healing that you want to do. Visualization. Let's go to one of our subscribers on Twitch, Shelly. Shelly's been patiently waiting and asking, Carrie, I subscribe to you on Twitch, hoping you get the numbers that you need. What do my guides want to tell me about my relocation and how to proceed?
So I would suggest that you visualize on it. Again, there's been a block with that one too. Interesting that we've had a couple of blocks. What they're saying is we want you to stand up and show up in what it is that you want to do. You've got a lot of support around you. The road is open for you. It's just a matter of, walking down the road and saying, thank you to all the people that are here supporting you, right? Send them love and send yourself love in the process. Yeah. Because there's some blocks there, isn't there? Yes or no? Yeah. Really strong blocks. Yeah. So, judgment card is not necessarily a judgment card, right? It is wanting to go into a different direction and leaving something behind. But yeah, it's the pathway, right? How do you do it? You are feeling guided. You can see the book there, the powerful book, whether it's a Bible, a Quran, or whatever it is that you believe in. The sword is down, but you still have your armor up, and you still have a bit of protection up. But yeah, love this one. Two of Cups. It's coming together, right? It's like the Da Vinci Code, right? The V in between them. It is, what do they call it? The Holy Grail. Everything is coming together for you. So I hear from the guides basically saying, again, patience, trust. Know that everything is provided for you. Everything is there for you. You have the cup in your hand. We want you to raise it up and allow it to be filled. Allow it to be, allow the wisdom to come through, the abundance, the finance, the cornucopia of abundance to flow through to you. Because in the past, you were putting up a bit of a wall out of protection and out of fear of success. And so we need to let that go. Yeah. And realize that you're coming to the end of your journey, and it's great success. Okay. You're crossing the waters now, and you're coming home. Well done. It's good. Beautiful, hun.
Okay, Amy, who you did a reading for earlier, says, "Oh, dear Carrie, so accurate. Thank
Aw.
you. I will take my time to process everything, including the inner world, the blessing and love to you." So thank you for that. Also, you did the little reading there for Kelly. Kelly says, "You are so right, always on point. Thank you
Yeah.
for taking my question. I really needed that today. You guys are amazing. Thank you again." Thank
Oh,
you
we
so
love
much,
you,
Kelly.
Kelly. And bring the whole family back here with you. We'd love to see everyone come back. Okay.
All right, two more questions. One more from Facebook. Let's see if I can bring it up here. I don't know. Let's see if I can move myself for the main one here. Is this showing the right way or is it mirrored?
Yep. No, it is. Hi, Carrie.
Okay.
There is still time for a question. Would love to know if there's an important message from Spirit for me right now. And it's Astrid. Okay, Astrid. Astrid, you bend over backwards for people, and you can see it in the picture. You're kind of bending over a little bit. And that was the first thing I heard, is that you bend over to the point that you kind of give up. It's like not a people pleaser. You're not quite a people pleaser, but you are very giving and not always receiving, like a lot of us, right? And that's why finally we're saying, hey guys, can you please support us? Because in the past I was not a receiver, I was always a giver. So now I'm actually open to receiving, which you are now too. And so this is coming full completion for you, right? This is like a celebration, or it can be a marriage, an anniversary, it can be, it's just a completion, a beautiful event that is coming to be. And the blossoming, right? The flowers are blossoming, the world is glowing. So you're really starting to step into who you truly are. Yeah. So the question is, what would the spirits like to say to me? I keep getting the advertisement cards, Yeah, this is a wish card. So all your wishes come true. Yeah, the star. So wish upon the star, honey. And just trust that everything is going to come in flight for you with ease and grace. Yeah. It's a beautiful card. It's probably the best card you could have ever asked for when you're asking for a wish, because it is literally the wish card.
Well, one more question. We have a comment here. Someone said, another birthday here. This is
Oh, wow.
wild. Sherry at State of Bliss. Well, if it is your birthday, happy birthday as well, man.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sherry. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Happy birthday to, oh, I'm late.
No.
Harry, you started before me. Okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Expert in business. Happy birthday, Carrie, for Sunday. Miss Fiji. Happy birthday, Carrie.
Thanks,
Alicia,
guys.
who you gave a reading for. So much weight off my chest. Thank you so much, Mrs. C.
Yeah,
Brooke
Mrs. C.
saying
I love that.
hello.
Hey, Brooke.
Lily says, Carrie, I'm in need of a Canadian human rights lawyer, but no one firm I've contacted will respond to my calls or emails. Any insight?
Sometimes when spirit puts up so many blocks, it's to say, let it go. And I know that's a tough one when you feel that injustice hasn't been done, but let's trust that the justice will be done in other ways. This is a transition period for you. It's funny because I picked out this card and I thought it was for the person prior to you, but Brooke, but I think it might also be for you that you're in a transition. Things were like the walls were falling down around you. You can see the foundation, it's all falling down around you. The crown has fallen, but guess what? You're now stepping into the light and things are being offered to you. This is a really beautiful time. The sun is coming up, right? The light is starting to shine through. You went through some really hard times, no doubt. God, that King of Pentacles keeps coming back, but it's all about being open to what is given to you rather than pushing in the direction that you think, your path should be going. The way that you are contemplating, and considering, should I pull a sword? Should I hit someone with that sword? Should I strike them? Should I strike them down? Right? You've got that contemplation of being hurt, of being betrayed, being fouled, right? You've been thinking about it for far too long. And now let it go. Let it go. It's like that Disney, let it go, right? You want to let it go. And the wands are movement. You're moving forward. Yeah. See? It's history. This is the history card where the good things in your past are coming forward and are feeding you. And so this is what I want you to start to focus on, my dear, is what was good in the history. Stop judging yourself and judging others. Let it go. Instead, feed yourself nourishing thoughts, nourishing food, and look at yourself in the mirror, because it's less about them and it's more about you, right? This is why you're getting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, because it's not the path. And I know this one well. I remember losing custody of my youngest. Oh my God, it just about killed me. I needed a blood transfusion, right? And the reaction was so severe. It broke me. It literally, but I learned that in the end, it would have been better to write myself a letter and them letters. You never send it to them, but these are release letters. And just energetically divorce yourself from the situation by writing it out and burning it. Burn that paper, release it. Because everything that you're experiencing here is energy. If you haven't read my book yet, The 5 Lessons of Life, I don't think I have a copy here. If you haven't read my book yet, yeah. Oh, it's way over here. There we go. If you haven't read this book yet, you've got to get a copy of it because it'll explain everything to you, okay? It will heal you. It will explain why you know, the people that are here on this planet that are causing you the most pain are actually your best friends on the other side. And they agreed to come here to inflict hardship and pain upon you because this gives you the opportunity to apply the 5 lessons of life. So I'll leave it at that. But you really need to read the book. And if you have read the book, please put your comments in the comments section, what you found in the book, what you learned in the book, because this will encourage others to go ahead and read it. It did win 3rd in the world for spirituality and philosophy, so it beat out Simon and Schuster, Hay House, all those guys, all the big publishers. It beat them all out. This little self-published book. So it kind of tells you, yeah, it's got some spiritual weight there. Okay, so go get the book.
All right, Carrie, by my numbers, 17 readings. I think that's a good number to end off on today. That's quite a few. And again, thank you guys so much for viewing and watching and supporting us. We do want to end off, Carrie wants to end off here with some positivity in this world of ours that we're currently living in. We need to raise our vibrations. What do you got for us, Carrie?
Well, I actually was looking here. I was writing something earlier, and do I have it here? Actually, if you can just chat for a second, if you don't mind, Glenn, about maybe our workshops, my workshop that's coming up, or are you familiar with that?
I will show off the website here again. Oh, by the way, there were a lot of questions we didn't get to today, and I always feel bad. I always want to try and get to every single question, but due to time constraints. But don't forget, we are back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get here early, get your question in early, and we should be able to get to it. Especially if you're here within the first half hour, we for sure should be able to get to your question. So thanks for those that have been joining us on Facebook, those that are watching us on YouTube still, and especially those that are watching and have subscribed and followed on Twitch. So Carrie has redesigned, re-imaged her website here. If you haven't been there lately, might want to go check it out. She talked about the free gift that you can get there from the website, carriekohan.com. You can also go through and check out the bookings, book session with her, and the courses, the current online workshop, $50, regular about $1,800. And this one is going to go for $50 Canadian, which really is like $7 American. I mean, it's cheap. It's like a couple coffees. So check that out on the website. A live workshop as well. Other bookings here that she has to offer. You can check out links to her book, The 5 Lessons of Life, her Oracle card. She is taking pre-orders on her Oracle cards with the beautiful artwork there. And also some advance warning. Carrie is planning a in-person UK Roseline Da Vinci Code tour. She mentioned Da Vinci Code a little earlier. If you want to walk along and talk about the Roseline, she is planning that for August 2026. So you have a lot of time to prepare for that. You can find out information there on the website, and you can send her your request to be considered for that. And some personal information about her, some testimonials from some people you may have heard of before. And a lot of things there to digest from her website. So go check that out, carriekohan.com.
Lovely. Well done. Yeah, so the biggest things are the 2 workshops. We have the online and the in-person workshop coming in July. Online is July 5th and 6th. And the in-person is July 18th, 19th, 20th. And so we are selling tickets for both. Go onto the website, carriekohan.com, and you can register there for both of those workshops, okay? And they are life-changing. If you have family or friends that have chronic disease, chronic illness, past pain, trauma, phobias, able to get rid of phobias. I don't like the word get rid of. Able to release phobias like that. Yeah. So either the online or the live. If you're in Edmonton area, St. Albert, Sturgeon County, Stony Plain, any of that, even Red Deer. Heck, we've got people coming from Vancouver, all over the place. They come to the workshops here. So the live workshop is in St. Albert area. Okay, so come to that, and it will be life-changing for you. That I promise. Okay, so let's go into a guided meditation. I had a thought this morning, and it was actually a memory. And I was speaking with like a guide about the Watchers. And the Watchers aren't what we think fully. You know, we hear about the Watchers, and they were the Nephilim. You know, they were the fallen angels that came and mated with humans, and then they became the Nephilim, and there's all that story, and that's just a so what story. There is a whole nother story that's kind of forgotten, and that is the actual Watchers that didn't fall, and they still exist, and they still are observers. They are the ones that silently watch and hold the energy. They hold the energy in place, so that way, you know, our path can actually stay on its rightful path to help heal this planet and help lift humanity and all concerned. So I had a memory of, gosh, Nikita was young. She was probably about 6 months old, and I needed out of the house because she was colicky. I needed, you know, some meditation time. I hadn't meditated in a very, very long time. And so I was like, okay, you know, my ex-husband, I need a weekend away. I got to go to this meditation thing. And it was a guy and his girlfriend that came in from Denver, I want to say, or Utah or something. Anyways, they came and they channeled. And I hadn't seen much channeling at that point. So did a meditation with them, and I kept hearing spirits say, you got to lie down, you got to lie down. And we're all sitting in a circle in our chairs. And I was like, I'm not going to lie down. I'm going to be the only person on the floor. And they said, lie down. And so finally I thought, okay. So I laid down with my head towards the center, my feet going out towards the chair. Well, boom, boom, boom. These pillars of light came into me. And oh my God, it was like a pillar of light, a pillar of light, and a pillar of light. And there were 3 of them. And they just were these beautiful columns of light, but it was like it nailed me to the floor. And I couldn't move. I just was stuck in this beautiful energy. So I was asking, what was that about? And how is that associated to the Watchers? And also, I had an instant activation of my Kundalini, which is that fire energy in your groin. And it starts to go up, and then it comes right up and poof, comes out through your third eye. Your crown chakra comes through palms of your hands and bottom of your feet. And you feel like you're on fire. It's amazing. I don't know. Many of you have had active spontaneous activation or even non-spontaneous activation of the Kundalini. So go ahead and share in the comments if you like about that, if you've had it. So anyways, I was asking about these pillars. And so that's what I see as part of our healing is the pillars of light, to bring the pillars into us. So that's what I was looking up, was those readings. And so it's all about centering in your stillness and bringing in these beautiful pillars. And by doing that, we connect to other universes, other galaxies, other planets, other beings, and we become one with them, and we become still with them. And in that breath, we release and we remember. And so that's what I'm going to invite everyone to do now. If you can put your feet flat, or if you're laying down, take the pillow from underneath your head. Never, when you're meditating, don't put a pillow underneath your head, because that brings your head out of alignment with your body, right? You want your body completely in line, okay? And so yoga mat is nice because it's a bit softer. Okay, so whether you're sitting down or laying down, palms up. It allows the chi, the energy, to flow. I just put my palms on my lap, but palms up. and get you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and hold, and breathe out through your mouth, letting go. And another deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and hold, and breathe out through your mouth, letting go. And another deep breath in. Breathe in through your nose and hold, and breathe out through your mouth, letting go. And I want you to just concentrate on your breathing. Breathing in and out. And in your breath, focus on the silence and the beauty of that silence. I want you to remember who you are and why you're here. Just focus on your breath, breathing in and out. Let your body soften. Let your mind just wander. If it wanders and you start thinking of other things, that's fine. Just let it be. You can gently bring yourself back to my voice again, or you can go off on your own venture. Our intention here is to bring peace, love, and light to this planet and all who live here and beyond, because we understand that what we think, what we feel, what we say, what we experience here in what we see as Earth affects the whole, every galaxy, every other planet, every other being. So I want you to imagine that these beautiful pillars of light are coming from the heavens, and they're coming down beside you or in you if you like, and feel that golden beam of energy. This is a threshold for your inner temple. This is your divine memory. This is a space where you are divinely guided. It is your power, your presence, your energy. It is everything that you are. Remember who you are. And in the remembering, realize that you are more powerful than you could have ever imagined. And in this power, we set the intention for world peace. We set the intention that all the blame games, all the Star Wars, all the discontentment, it all is lifting up from this planet and being released. We set the intention. With your next breath, I want you to imagine that this light is getting brighter and it is filling up your entire essence, your body, your mind, your spirit, your entire energetic field is filling up with this golden light. And as you enter into this golden light, you can smell the air. The air actually shifts. The atmosphere is beyond beautiful. It is what they speak of when they go to heaven and they return. It is that loving energy beyond love, because you are home. You are in this loving light, one with Creator, one with all that is. And in this oneness, I want you to imagine hugging your spirit guide or Creator or whoever it is that is here with you now. Imagine going ahead and this beautiful figure is standing in front of you, enlightened, bright, beautiful. Go ahead and give them a hug. Feel your heart touch their heart and feel you light up even more so. Now imagine looking back at the earth, and together, both you and this loving spirit touch the earth's surface, and through your hand, light goes into the earth through the tree root system and travels through every tree, every bird. The bird then lifts this energy and goes from tree to tree, house to house. With their song, they lift the light of this planet. It goes into the insects. The dragonflies lift this light. The frogs. Every being. You can actually see and sense even the ants are carrying this light energy and bringing it worldwide. It is like a ripple effect that started with you touching the earth's surface with your beautiful golden light energy, setting the intention. And as it travels across the entire earth, you can feel, sense, and see the healing that takes place. All the hearts are softened and healed. Where once anger, frustration, or illness once lived, no longer. The love that exudes from you and goes through the tree root system, through the earth, through the grid, it goes right to the core of the planet and up and through every single being, because your breath becomes their breath. You see, what you breathe out, they breathe in. You breathe out love, they breathe in love. You breathe out prosperity, they breathe in prosperity. You breathe out joy, they breathe in joy. You breathe out hope, they breathe in hope. You breathe in love, and then breathe it out. They breathe it in and breathe it out. And you can see that you are not just an insignificant being on this planet, that in fact everything begins with you, your thoughts, your prayers, the light that is within you. You are magnificent. So take another deep breath in. And as you breathe in, bring in the columns inside you. Become that column of light. And then I want you to imagine that you have trap doors at the back of your neck and the base of your spine. Open up those trap doors and allow all the excess energy to flow out of you into the entire atmosphere, the universe, everything around you. Sending love. And feel your body come into complete balance as you let go of any excess energy and light. Feel yourself just balancing. When you're in total balance, close those trap doors as if they were never there before. There you go. You're strong. You are whole. You are healed. You are one, and so is this planet. And now when we look into what used to be wars, only see love. Now when we look into used to be division, see united. People are united in joy and laughter and love. We are stepping into a new way of living. You agreed to come here at this time, to be part of this, to hold the energy, to hold what was right. So if anything comes up on, the programming that doesn't feel right, is not in alignment with who you are and what you are here to do, release it, let it go, turn it off, and focus on our outcome here. This is a human experiment, and we are here for a reason. Let that reason be fulfilled. And so it is. Much love to everyone. When you're ready, I want you to come on back. Feel your body, spirit, mind reuniting, coming back. Your hands may be tingling, your feet may be tingling. I want you to stretch your body, stretch it up. And with gratitude, thank the good Lord. Thank, Spirit, heavens, whoever it is for you. Thank for the miracles that you are, that you have, that you be, that you do. You know what I mean. That was a pretty powerful message at the end there. I actually feel kind of lightheaded. So come on back, my dear, and realize that you have started the pathway to healing. So well done. Much love to you. And so it is. Are you still with us, Glenn, or did you fall asleep?
I am still here, Carrie. Wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you so much, Carrie. And I think we will end it there. We are back tomorrow. Lots of love to all of you guys. I felt the bright energy. I felt a lot of hope in the chat today. A lot of love in the energy in the chat today. Hope to see you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. As always, we are going to end off with one of the beautiful songs. This one, I think, is appropriate for this time. The Remember Me ballad, Carrie, we're going to end off with.
I want to say, one last thing. Amy just said, and Glenn, thank you as well for holding the beautiful space. And I wanted to acknowledge you, Glenn. Well done. And Tammy as well. Tammy's holding space as well here. She's actually the one that's putting all the stuff in the comments for us. So what a team we have. So thank you. There we go. Now to the song. Much love, everyone.
I left this world with tears in my eyes, but heaven held me in the softest light. Angels gathered round, no need to speak. They knew the weight I carry, the soul beneath. I saw my life like 1,000 flames, burning through the years I tried to blame. But in that silence I found grace, and every broken moment fell into place. And I remember me, not who I was, but who I came to be. Through the dark, through the storm, I finally could see that love never leaves and pain doesn't own the heart that chooses to come back home. I faced the fire, I walked the sea, and now I stand in truth. I remember me. There was a man with eyes like gold. He showed me things I'd never been told. Said your time's not done, you've more to give. It's not just about surviving, it's learning how to live. I fell to earth with open hands, stronger now than I'd ever planned. With every scar, I found my voice. Forgiveness turned my pain into a choice. And I remember me, not who I was, but who I came to be. Through the dark, through the storm, I finally could see that love never leaves and pain doesn't own the heart that chooses to come back home. I faced the fire, I walked the sea, and now I stand in truth. I remember me.